Acceptance, the Language of Recovery by Jeff Rounds. Chapter 6, Resentments and Character Defects. Resentments and character defects are closely related. They both are connected to human judgment. There are two forms of human judgment. One is comparative analytics, which assumes no moral position, and the other is moral imposition, which implies that some people can be better or no better than other people. A non-judgmental mind acknowledges the reality that all people are equal, even though our lives are far from equal. Moral imposition is an unhealthy behavior, and it is present in many places, including justice systems and religions. Defining and judging the things we experience in life is an addiction for many people. With a mind filled with judgments, we are also bargaining with reality and cannot experience the peace of acceptance. As mentioned previously, a resentment is any thought or memory that continues to disturb our peace each time we recall it. Also, expectation is a resentment waiting to happen, and it has a recognizable pattern. It begins with judgment and the opinion of should. Should, shouldn't, never, always, and other absolutes rarely apply to human behavior and are generally harmful. How we think, feel, and want things to be does not matter. The most peaceful perspective is accepting the circumstances of life how they really are. It is common for people to feel they need to do something when an experience offends their senses. In truth, we do. We need to face our worst fears and accept that we cannot always have what we want or how we want it. In brief, resentments are any anger or depression that we hold, and our character defects are the reasons and excuses behind why we do not let them go. Understanding resentment is best done in reverse, recalling the warning signs which led to disappointment. When we reach acceptance, it is possible to see that there were clear signs of warning, the ways we were unprotected and exposed. Ultimately, we wanted something that we could not have, ignored the warning signs, and told ourselves it's not that bad. The anger we feel is towards ourselves for knowing better and making harmful decisions anyway. Once an attachment is broken and we look back with acceptance, the change we need to make now becomes obvious, and we have the emotional data to reinforce this healthy decision. Example: we may know that we cannot trust someone and that we cannot afford a loss, yet we loan them money anyway. When they refuse to pay us back, the anger we feel is really not towards them. We are angry at ourselves for knowing better and trusting them anyway. Ego has a need to be right. Without a sense of right, it feels out of control and insane. To help overcome the need to be right, understand that being right is a matter of personal opinion and not universal truth. Think of any time you have been wrong in the past. Up until you realized it, you thought yourself to be right. Now think about anything that you're right about today. Doesn't the same possibility still exist? In reality, we are never right or wrong. We are either attached or gathering information. Making a decision about anything closes our minds to new information, leaving us vulnerable to suffering. Accepting people, places, things, and situations exactly as they are helps us to maintain a constant state of, I do not know, I wonder what this is. Without a decision, poorly invested emotions will not be spent on a lost cause. One of the more common resentments is the one that people have towards God or religion. Any and all resentments are essentially sources of suffering and a detriment to peaceful living. If you are unclear or at odds with your feelings about God and religion, it would be best to find a way to make peace and accept that there is no one perfect path and that the ultimate goal is peace. This training manual is based on the philosophy of omnism, and it is believed that ego, not evil, is the cause of suffering, and that if God exists, it does not judge us. Also, it is important to understand the concept of powerlessness. Powerlessness simply means that whether something is in charge of life or nothing is, we as individuals are definitely not in charge of life, and without acceptance of that, we are living in an illusion of control. Being powerless, grateful, humble, and honest is the fuel required to make healthy decisions and attract better things into our lives. The next chapter teaches how to achieve those things.